and my Zoom went down about 2 minutes before it was about to start. It was very touch and go. So this seems to be setting up fairly swiftly tonight. No. Come on. Sorry, everyone. We are on YouTube now. It's just my computer is just hooking up, and then I need to press mute on it. Put your hands up. Did anyone hear me on BBC Radio Northampton this morning? Not many hands. Not the demographic. Right, I'm going to share the screen and I will start at exactly past by my clock. Okay, we'll get started. Okay, hello everybody and welcome to today's lockdown quiz. If everyone on Zoom could just give a wave to those people taking part on YouTube tonight. Good stuff. Okay, so you are taking part in the Quiz Wizards lockdown quiz tonight, every Thursday night through lockdown, starting at 8:30. I'll get onto the format of the quiz in a second. Before I do that, just a little bit of plugging from myself, shameless plugging, but just a little bit of information about the Quiz Wizard and what's happening on the YouTube channel at the moment. So, yeah, we have the Quiz Wizard YouTube channel, and on there's lots of content, including the weekly lockdown quiz. Each day at 10 AM as well, I upload a Key Stage 2 quiz to help with home learning. And also I've started a daily mini quiz, which has been quite popular all around the world, actually. I've got a bit of a cult following in India, which has been pretty cool. Okay, so yeah, if you are taking part on YouTube and you're not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe just by clicking on that subscribe button there, and that will give you updates when I go live. In addition to that, we've also got the Facebook public group, which I think's got now nearly like 530 members in there. So lots of posts in there and some quizzes along the way as well. And you can also contact me on Twitter, _quiz_wizard. Okay. Also, if you're on YouTube, you can see by the subscribe icon, there are also the Facebook and Twitter icons. Click on those. It takes you directly to those pages, so you could leave a comment or join if you wanted to. Okay. So before I start the quiz this evening, I just want to plug an event that I'm doing tomorrow night a little bit. So this is my celebrity charity quiz to raise funds for the NHS. the Not Just a Question of Sport quiz. As you can see here, I've got lots of sporting celebrities taking part. So I've got footballers, Marco Gabbiadini and Carl Darlow. I've got Saints players, Alex Wallen-Paul Hill. I've got Monty Panesar, England, former England Test player, and several players from the Northampton Steelbacks, David Ripley and Rob Newton, the coaches, and Ben Sanderson and Josh Cobb, current players. And last night I had confirmed that Mike Bushell would be taking part. So that's, I'm really pleased about that. So, sports journalist. So that would be absolutely fantastic. It starts at 7:30 and you can take part via the YouTube channel. Just type in the Quiz Wizard on YouTube and you should be able to find it. If you're already subscribed, a notification will come up when we start going live at 7:30, not 8:30. I'll remind you about that a little bit later on. We're raising funds for the NHS. I set a target of £500 and we're nearly there already. So anything above that would be absolutely fantastic. So thank you to those of you who have already donated. There's a Just Giving page which you can find just by searching Just Giving, Not Just a Question of Sport. Okay, right, let's get on to tonight's quiz. Here we go. So how does the quiz work? There are 6 rounds this evening with 8 questions in each round, all on various different topics. And there are 2 picture rounds along the way as well. So we're playing for prizes. We've got the prize that carried over from last week, the Backstreet Boys Millennium album. And also I've been kind with the prize this evening. We're also playing for, now if they go out of date, if we're in lockdown for so long, I'll buy you a new box. But if not, we've got some M&S Rocky Road bites. Okay, there we go. I can't guarantee that I won't eat them during lockdown, but I will replenish stocks. So without any further ado, let's get started with our quiz tonight. And our first round is, as has become traditional, general knowledge. Just those of you who are taking part on YouTube tonight, feel free to make some comments. Let me know where you're playing from. Yeah, trying to see where around the world and the UK we are taking part from this evening. Okay, general knowledge then. Question number 1. Associated with a conical hat, what word describes someone of low intelligence? I'm not saying anything about my quizzes. Associated with a conical hat, what word describes someone of low intelligence? Question 2. What was the name of Dennis the Menace's dog? What was the name of Dennis the Menace's dog? Question number 3. What building did Guy Fawkes attempt to blow up in 1605? What building did Guy Fawkes attempt to blow up in 1605? Question number 4 this evening. What spirit mixes with ginger beer to make a Moscow mule? There's a crowd pleaser at my university, that's for sure. What spirit is mixed, with ginger beer to make a Moscow mule? Question number 5. Flags. I know you like your flags questions. What bird features on the national flag of Albania? What bird features on the national flag of Albania? Evening Parallel Peach back this week. And wow, we've got someone playing from Qatar tonight, David Webster, all the way from Qatar. And just as tropical, Karen Davey from the Isle of Wight. There we go. Fantastic. Wow, Qatar and the Isle of Wight. There we go. Question number 6. Which US state is a collection of islands in the Pacific? Which US state is a collection of islands in the Pacific? Question number 7. Sport. Which male tennis player won 10 French Open titles between 2005 and 2017? Which male tennis player won 10 French Open titles between 2005 and 2017? That's a monstrous amount. And the last question around, question number 8. The cartoon character Norville Rogers is better known by what name? The cartoon character Norville Rogers is better known by what name? It's a tough one, that. Okay, I will recap every single question for you, as I just had some more people joining in. So let me just scroll back through. So number 1 was associated with a conical hat. What word describes someone of low intelligence? Question 2, what was the name of Dennis the Menace's dog? Question 3, what building did Guy Fawkes attempt to blow up in 1605? Number 4, what spirit mixed with ginger beer to make a Moscow mule? Number 5, what bird features on the national flag of Albania? Number 6, which US state is a collection of islands in the Pacific? Question 7, which male tennis player won 10 French Open titles between 2005 and 2017? And number 8, the cartoon character Norville Rogers is better known by what name? Okay, our second round this evening. Now, we have had a round like this before, but I thought it was about time to bring it back. So our second round this evening is, are you smarter than a 10-year-old? So what I will say is, each of these questions has been in one of my 27 Key Stage 2 quizzes so far. So these are all things that children of that age should know. General knowledge or bits from the curriculum. So let's see how you get on with them. Are you smarter than a 10-year-old? Oh, my YouTube numbers are drastically going down now. So question 1. What is the name of the snake in the Jungle Book? Everyone's now thinking, I know. What is the name of the snake in the Jungle Book? Question number 2. The moon takes how many days to orbit the Earth? The moon takes how many days to orbit the Earth? Question number 3. Who was the ancient king of Egypt between 1333 BCE to 1323 BCE? Who was the ancient king of Egypt between 1333 BCE to 1323 BCE? Number 4. The Weeping Woman is a famous work of art by which artist? The Weeping Woman is a famous work of art by which artist? Question number 5. Who was the first British man to sail around the world? Who was the first British man to sail around the world? Question number 6. In the Roald Dahl book, the BFG, what does BFG stand for? In the Roald Dahl book, the BFG, what does BFG stand for? Question number 7. What was the name of the queen who reigned for just 9 days? What was the name of the queen who reigned for just 9 days? And question number 8. Jade Thirlwall and Perry Edwards are singers in which girl group? Jade Thirlwall and Perry Edwards are singers in which girl group? Evening, Neil and Rachel from Badger Drive, locals. So I will go through those 8 questions again, just to summarize them. So let's have a look. Number 1, what is the name of the snake in the Jungle Book? Number 2, the moon takes how many days to orbit the Earth? Question 3, who was the ancient king of Egypt between 1333 BCE to 1323 BCE? Number 4, The Weeping Woman is a famous work of art by which artist? Number 5, who was the first British man to sail around the world? Question 6, in the Roald Dahl book, the BFG, what does the BFG stand for? Question 7, looking for the name of the queen who reigned for just 9 days. And question 8, Jade Thirlwall and Perry Edwards are singers in which girl group? Okay. Our third round this evening, again, has become traditional. One of our picture rounds tends to be before going through the answers to rounds 1, 2, and 3. I think this might be up a lot of people's streets. Chocoholics. So behind this page on the next slide, I've got 8 pictures of the inside of 8 different chocolate bars. Quite simply, I need to know the name of the chocolate bar. Okay. So without any further ado, I will show you the pictures. Here we go. I'll have a few minutes on these. Chocoholics. Okay, thank you for your tweet, Dave Weddington. He's just explained to me that he's clearly not smarter than a 10-year-old. Come on, Dave, you can make some educated guesses. How are you on chocolate bars? Remember, those of you who are watching on YouTube, you can like the video if you want to. You can dislike it if you want to, but hopefully I'd rather you gave it a thumbs up. That's always good. If you're playing, you haven't subscribed on YouTube, please try and do that before you leave. Just by clicking on the red button that says subscribe. Yeah, we're nearly on 450 subscribers now, which is great. I'm not going to lie, this picture round is making me very hungry. So how have we got on in rounds 1, 2, and 3? We will find out very shortly. A couple of my personal favourites in here as well. Just going to give you another 30 seconds or so on these pictures, and then we'll go through answers to rounds 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I'm going to stop the share now. So those of you in Zoom with me, be prepared to be on screen in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So stopping that share now. Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm looking to see if Mr. Jazz Hands is here. Can't see him on my screen at the moment. I think he might be on the next page. There he is, Twinkle Jazz Hands. There we are. There we are. We'll get everyone to do it before we leave. Don't you worry. So let's go through some answers for today. I may come and pick on one or two of you. Associated with the conical hat, what word describes someone of low intelligence? That is a dunce. Dunce. The name of Dennis the Menace's dog was Gnasher. What building did Guy Fawkes attempt to blow up in 1605? They were the Houses of Parliament. Question 4, I'll come to the audience. So, what spirit mixes with ginger beer to make a Moscow Mule? What spirit mixes with that to make a Moscow Mule? I'll come here too. JJ and Michelle.
Vodka.
What vodka?
It is vodka. It is vodka. Is that that's a glass of wine, isn't it? Glass of wine. It looks a very similar colour to Moscow Mule.
You've one before, chappers, I'm sure.
I've had one or two. So question number 5, tricky one. What bird features on the flag of Albania? Anyone from this page, or should I just? Oh, okay. I will. Father, what do you think it is?
An eagle.
Yes, it is an eagle. Well done, Daddy. Well done. An eagle. Question 6. Which US state is a collection of islands in the Pacific? That's Hawaii. Question number 7. Which male tennis player won 10 French Open titles between 2005 and 2017? Anyone on here? Right. The Gooners?
Rafael Nadal.
Rafael Nadal is the correct answer. He was also known as the King of Clay. Obviously, he dominated everyone for about 15 years. And number 8, the cartoon character Norville Rogers is better known by what name? Norville Rogers. Right. Cock-a-doodle 2.
Shaggy.
Hey, Scoops! Yeah, it was Shaggy. Yeah, it was Shaggy. Well done. Yeah. Another one of my many lookalikes when I had slightly longer Barnet. Yeah, Shaggy. So well done if you got that one. Our second round was, are you smarter than a 10-year-old? Dave via Twitter has told me, no, he is not. But are you? What is the name of the snake in the Jungle Book? Oh, Andy Hayward.
Yes.
Do you know the name of the snake?
Is it Car?
Car, K-A-A. It is Car. Yeah, he's the one who goes, trust in me. Well done. You're 1/8 as smart as a 10-year-old. Question number 2. The moon takes approximately 28 days to orbit around the Earth. 28. The ancient king of Egypt, between the dates I gave you was Tutankhamun. Number 4, let's see if we've got any artists here. The Weeping Woman is a famous work of art by which artist? The Weeping Woman. Anyone in front of me think they know that one? The Weeping Woman. Anyone prepared to have a go? Oh, the Websters. The Websters. I can't hear you, but I think you. Yeah, I think you're mouthing Pablo Picasso, and you would be right. It is Pablo Picasso. Yeah, good stuff. Pablo Picasso. The first British man to sail around the world was Sir Francis Drake. In the Roald Dahl book, the BFG stands for Big Friendly Giant. What was the name of the queen who reigned for just 9 days? Anyone know that one? Grasnia.
Queen Mary.
No, it wasn't Queen Mary. No, good try though. The Bonds. Oh, hang on. I'm trying to unmute you. I've just seen you. Come on. It's not unmuting you for some reason. Oh, there we go. The Bonds. What do you think the answer is?
Lady Jane Grey.
Lady Jane Grey. There you go. There's someone who's as smart as a 10-year-old. How old are you?
10.
There we go. Exactly. That's the standard. And question 8. Jay Thirlwall and Perry Edwards are singers in the band Little Mix. Little Mix. Okay, I'm just going to share with you picture round again. So Chocoholics, you should be able to see that now. Here we go. Let's see the answers for this one. So number 1 was Mint Aero. Number 2 was Toffee Crisp. I'm really hungry now. Number 3, get that Friday feeling. It's a crunchy. Number 4, up there for me. Up there is one of my favourite chocolates. It's Whisper Gold. Number 5, Kit Kat Chunky. Number 6, a Picnic. Number 7's up there for me, a Boost. You can't go wrong with a Boost. And number 8 was Star Bar. Okay, number 8 was Star Bar. So you should have some kind of idea now as to how many you got from the first half of the quiz. What we're going to do is have a 2-minute interval. I'm just going to leave this up here. You might want to put it in your phone diaries. It will start at 7:30, as I say. You will have an opportunity to ask some of these sporting celebrities questions. So yeah, there'll be a Q&A session with them as well. It should be a fantastic night. If you are interested in making a donation of any amount, you can do that just by Google searching Just Giving, not just a question of sport, and it should come up. Every donation is really appreciated. Okay, we're just gonna have a couple of minutes. I've got a quick job I've got to do, and then I'll be back. Okay, thank you. So Marco's taking part again tonight, I see. Trying to get a step ahead of the opposition. Trying to get a step ahead of the opposition. It's just market research, isn't it, really? So yeah, as I say, everybody, so I'll have all these guys with me via Zoom. And everybody else will be able to take part via YouTube. So you'll be able to type questions in, things like that. Just give it another minute or so and then we'll restart. Okay, right, let's get going then with our fourth round this evening, which is film. So these are all questions based around film. So let's see how we get on. Here's your first question. Question number 1. Everything is Awesome is on the soundtrack from which 2014 movie? Can't believe that was out in 2014. Time flies. Everything is Awesome is on the soundtrack from which 2014 movie? Question number 2. What is the name of the character played by Will Ferrell in the cult classic Anchorman? What is the name of the character played by Will Ferrell in the cult classic Anchorman? Question number 3. Which movie features an iconic dance scene between Uma Thurman and John Travolta? Which movie features an iconic dance scene between Uma Thurman and John Travolta? Question 4. With which film would you associate the Berlin track, Take My Breath Away? With which film would you associate the Berlin track, Take My Breath Away? Question number 5. Kate Winslet won the 2009 Best Actress Oscar for which film? That's a toughie. Kate Winslet won the 2009 Best Actress Oscar for which film? Question number 6. What was Pierce Brosnan's first James Bond film? What was Pierce Brosnan's first James Bond film? Question number 7. What does Tom Hanks compare life to in Forrest Gump? What does Tom Hanks compare life to in Forrest Gump? And the last question in this round, number 8. It's not moving on. There we go. Great films. What is the third film to make up the Cornetto trilogy? Shaun of the Dead, The World's End, and which other? What is the third film to make up the Cornetto trilogy? Shaun of the Dead, The World's End, and which other? All good films. The Cornetto trilogy. Okay, let's briefly recap round 4. Number 1 was Everything is Awesome is on the soundtrack from which 2014 film? Number 2, what is the name of the character played by Will Ferrell in the cult classic Anchorman? Number 3, which movie features an iconic dance scene between Uma Thurman and John Travolta? Question 4, with which film would you associate the Berlin track Take My Breath Away? Question 5, Kate Winslet won the 2009 Best Actress Oscar for which film? Number 6, what was Pierce Brosnan's first James Bond film? Number 7, what does Tom Hanks compare life to in Forrest Gump? And number 8, what is the third film to make up the Cornetto trilogy? Shaun of the Dead, The World's End, and which other? Okay. Our 5th round this evening is chain answers. Now, this one, it might need a little bit of explanation as to how this one works. We've done it once before, but just in case you've forgotten, I'll go through how it works. So what you do, excuse me, is you answer the first question as normal, okay? So, and then the last letter of the correct answer is the first letter of the next answer. So if the answer to question 1 was cat, for example, it would mean that the answer to question 2 would start with the letter T, and so on through the round, thus creating a chain of answers. Alternatively, if the answer to question 1 was dog, G, then the answer to question 2 would start with the letter G. I hope I've explained that well enough for you to be able to take part in this round. And hopefully, if you're not sure on an answer, you might be able to work back and forward. You might be able to work back and work it out. So let's go with our first question in chain answers. Number 1, what word for a native of an Italian city is also a type of ice cream with 3 flavors? Seems to be a bit of a food theme through tonight, doesn't there? What word for a native of an Italian city is also a type of ice cream with 3 flavors? So the last letter of the correct answer is the first letter of the next answer. Question 2, what is the capital city of Cyprus? What is the capital city of Cyprus? Evening, Douglas, taking part on YouTube tonight. You told me where you're taking part from, which is fantastic. All the way from sunny Yorkshire. Good stuff. Hope you're enjoying the quiz, Douglas. Question number 3. Who played the role of Obi-Wan Kenobi in episodes 4, 5, and 6 of the Star Wars saga? Who played the role of Obi-Wan Kenobi in the episodes 4, 5, and 6 of the Star Wars saga? Question number 4. What is the name of the family cat in The Simpsons? What is the name of the family cat in The Simpsons? Question 5. According to legend, on who was Peeping Tom spying when he was struck blind? According to legend, on who was Peeping Tom spying when he was struck blind? Question number 6. What does a Fletcher make? What does a Fletcher make? Question 7. If you know, you know. What does a philatelist collect? What does a philatelist collect? That's just one of those things. If you know, you know. A philatelist. But you may well be able to work it out if you have got the previous question right. And question number 8. Judd Trump, Ding Junhui and Neil Robertson are key players in which sport? Judd Trump, Ding Junhui and Neil Robertson are key players in which sport? Okay, let's go through those just really quickly for you. So number 1, what word for a native of an Italian city is also a type of ice cream with 3 flavours? Number 2, looking for the capital city of Cyprus. Number 3, Obi-Wan Kenobi, who played him in episodes 4, 5 and 6 of the Star Wars saga. Number 4, the name of the family cat in The Simpsons. Number 5, according to legend, on who was Peeping Tom spying when he was struck blind? Number 6, what does a Fletcher make? Number 7, what does a philatelist collect? And number 8, Judd Trump, Ding Junhui and Neil Robertson are key players in which sport? We're on our last round already. It is another picture round. So let's have a look. It's quite simply called logos. Okay, so on the next slide, you have 8 logos of famous things, but there's just a small part of that logo. I just want you to tell me the name of the brand or the company or whatever that logo you think represents. Okay, there are 8 of them as usual. Let's have a look. Let's see how we're getting on with this one. So here are your logos. So as you can see, the question number is in the star. There are 8 of them. What do they represent? As I say, at the end of this, we will go through the answers to round 4, 5 and 6. If you're playing on YouTube, please try and tweet me your scores. I do try and reply to each of you. Remember what we are playing for today. Personally, people were dissing me about the Backstreet Boys album last week, but I think Millennium is a great album. Okay, I'm a little bit sad to see this go. And also Rocky Road, which will probably not be here at the end of lockdown, but I like chocolate. But I'll make sure some of them get to you if you have one. What I will do is quickly get a quiz tiebreak question just in case we have a tie at the top. Okay. Jamie Harris on YouTube, I can confirm that it is Obi-Wan. W-A-N. Definitely Obi-Wan. The quizmaster is always right most of the time. So there's a couple of tricky ones in here, I think. How many have you got out of 8? We will find out shortly. I'll give you just another 30 seconds or so on these. What's number 3? I think number 3 is a tricky one. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing then and go back to the crowd to go through the answers to rounds 4, 5, and 6 and see who has won the quiz this evening. Right, let's have a look. I'm coming back to you then, guys, in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Jean-Paul Medlin, you look very shocked when we came back there. Right, let's go through some of these answers then. So round 4 was the film round. I hope everyone was singing this along at home and that it's got lodged in people's brains. Everything is Awesome is the soundtrack from the Lego movie in 2014. I think I've just about got that out of my head and now it's back in there. Number 2, the name of the character played by Will Ferrell in the cult classic Anchorman. Any takers? Here we go. Marco, the Gabbiadinis.
I'm better at general knowledge than sport, as you know.
Go on.
Ron Burgundy.
It is Ron Burgundy. Luckily for you tomorrow night, Marco, it is a general knowledge quiz. So
Excellent.
you'll be all right.
Thank you.
There is a sport round, though.
That's all right. I'll get my wife in for that one.
Question number 3. The movie that features the dance scene between Uma Thurman and John Travolta is Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction. With which film would you associate the Berlin track Take My Breath Away?
I don't like it.
The Friends.
Oh, me? Yeah. Oh, hey. Top Gun.
Top Gun. Yes. Great film. Top Gun. Well done. It is Top Gun. Now, this one's tricky, I think. And I've been reliably informed that Kate Winslet in 2009 was nominated for Best Actress for 2 different films. But which one did she win the award for? Any ideas? Not on this page. Any ideas over here? Right. The Websters, I'm coming back to you again. We had this problem before, didn't we? And I've done it again. I don't think you're miming what I think the answer is. The answer is The Reader. It's The Reader. Nigel Bird's putting his thumbs up there. He's happy with that answer. Yeah, The Reader. Pierce Brosnan's first Bond film was GoldenEye. So well done if you. The Lanyanis are happy. Yeah, GoldenEye. Tom Hanks compares life in Forrest Gump to a box of chocolates. And what is the 3rd film to make up the Cornetto trilogy? Shaun of the Dead, The World's End. Phil and Joe?
Hot Fuzz.
Yes, Hot Fuzz, cracking film. Yeah, an absolutely superb film. Good stuff. So then we had our chain answers round. I hope I explained it well enough for you and you all got the concept. JJ, did you understand? Jonah, did you understand? Good. Good. I'm glad. So in chain answer number 1, the word for a native of an Italian city and also type of ice cream with 3 flavors, Neapolitan. Ending in an N, and the capital city of Cyprus was then Nicosia. Number 3, who played the role of Obi-Wan Kenobi in episodes 4, 5, and 6 of the Star Wars saga? James Jones, I'm trying to unmute you.
Alec Guinness.
Alec Guinness, correct, Alec Guinness. The name of the family cat in The Simpsons is Snowball. According to legend, on who was Peeping Tom spying when he was struck blind? No one's waving at me on that one. It was Lady Godiva. Lady Godiva. What does a Fletcher make? They make arrows. So does that help anybody with what does a philatelist collect? What does a philatelist collect? Oh, I'm going to go. Oh, let's go back to the bonds. They're waving at me. I'm just trying to unmute you. What do you think a philatelist collects? I can't unmute. Go on.
Stamps.
Stamps. Well done. Yes, it's stamps. You are smarter than a 10-year-old. Well done. And Judd Trump, Ding Junhui, and Neil Robertson are key players in the sport of snooker. Right, let's get back onto this logos round. So I'm about to reveal the answers to this round. Here we go. So number 1 was Red Bull. Number 2 was Greg's, some of the finest sausage rolls you will ever imbibe. Number 3, Uncle Ben's. Number 4, Muller. I just remember that being plastered, obviously over yogurts, but I remember it from the Aston Villa shirt of the 90s too. Number 5, Warburtons or Warburtons. Warburtons, I'm told. Number 6 is Pedigree. Number 7, Burger King. And number 8, Pringles. So, well done if you got all of those right. So what I'm going to ask people to do now, well done, Paul, 30 is fine. That's a good effort. What I would like people to do, please, is on the chat, if people could please send me their scores. So 42 is our highest at the moment. 45 from the commitments. Dixon's 47 and Tim Kate have got 47 too. 2 people with 47 at the moment. Well done, Steph James. 8 out of 8 on the logos. The Howleys, the winners from last week, 46. Well done, Max John, 40, down in Wiltshire. I say down, you don't know where, I'm doing this from Leicester, so it's south from me. The Millers, 40, good effort. Janet's trying to show me in multiples of 5. Janet, I'm just going to unmute you. Janet, what did you get?
I'm not telling you. I was trying to send a message to my grandson.
Oh, okay. Go on, just tell us, Janet. Go on, don't be shy.
We only got 28 this week.
That's fine. Well done.
It's not
I'm
really
proud.
good.
Janet, I'm proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Well done, Vicky. On taking part on YouTube, 30 tonight. Good stuff. And well done to my sister, 39. She's happy. Billy Barnes is always fuming. I always get him with one round, and tonight was the chocolate bars. Right, so it looks like I've got two teams, both with 47 tonight, and that is. I'm just trying to find you because I will unmute you both for the. That's Phil and Megan. Sorry, I nearly called you the Dixons. Not yet. And where's it's my sister. I can't hear that, Phil. I've got to take that off. So, right, it's Tim and Kate and the Dixons. Oh, sorry, Phil and Megan. So, you've got 10 seconds to type an answer into the chat box, and whoever is closest to my final answer will win the prizes for tonight. So, your question is, you've only got 10 seconds. Including the antenna on the top, how many meters tall is the Eiffel Tower? Okay, so I've just got to do a quick. Got 967, Grasnia. Jeez, it's not the tallest building in the world. So, Phil, you're a mathematician. So, who's closest? So, Phil and Megan have said 450. So that's 100 and something away. Yeah, I can work that out. And Tim and Kate have said 280. The actual answer is 324 meters, which means Tim and Kate are closer than Phil and Megan. So they have won the prize tonight. So can everyone just give them a round of applause? And I'm going to unmute you in a second. Let me just see. I'm trying to unmute you guys. Oh, I've muted you back again. So I think it's the second time you've won, isn't it now?
Yes.
So you've already secured the tie before.
Yeah. Do you know what, Simon? We're happy to leave the prizes with you and roll them over into another week. We're really, we have nothing to play that on.
I want to frame it and put it on the wall.
No. Really, you can keep it.
So what you're saying is the Rocky Road and Millennium by Backstreet Boys is moving over to next Thursday's lockdown quiz.
But we'll happily have Amy's Rocky Road
I was going to say,
instead.
if we can get Amy's Rocky Road, we'll...
That wasn't on offer, I'm afraid. Okay, so right, just really quickly before I finish, I'm not afraid. I'm not ashamed. I am going to plug this again. Tomorrow night, I've worked really hard. Lots of people have helped me as well, and these sporting celebrities have been great to give up their time to support raising funds for a great charity. You guys can take part via YouTube just by coming on to my YouTube channel at 7:30 tomorrow evening. It is a general knowledge quiz. Okay, there is a sport round involved, but it's very similar to this format. Quite frankly, it would be great if you could be there because I'm a little bit nervous about how many people are going to turn. So if you do fancy tuning in, that would be great. I'm really looking forward to it, and I've got a good quiz lined up and some good questions to find out some more about each of our sporting celebrities. So other than that, everybody, those of you taking part on YouTube, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. It will really help me out. My aim is to try and get to 1,000 subscribers as quickly as possible. And each milestone takes me just that little bit closer. So if I can get over 500 quickly, that'll make me feel really, really good. All you have to do is click on subscribe. And please come and join the Facebook group. We do have a bit of good chat in there during the week. And there are some little bits of extra trivia to keep you entertained whilst I'm not doing a quiz myself. Thank you for your continued support. I'm glad to see so many people taking part tonight. I wasn't sure how many of you would turn up this week due to tomorrow night. But no, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. And hopefully I will see you all tomorrow. So, see you all later. Oh, sorry, twinkle jazz hands. Everyone needs to do jazz hands. Okay. Good night, everybody. Take care.